Okay, we are live, Jackie. Welcome to another amazing Monday. If you're on Facebook, you need to turn your volume up. And today, they might find it tricky to find us because we are on the fan page instead of my personal profile, as per the advice of my social media manager, Carol, in Spain. So we're gonna, from now on, we're gonna be doing the Amazing Mondays on, like we do every week on Webinar 10, but also on the fan page instead of the personal profile. So if you are not part of the fan page, you need to head over to facebook.com/Amasssing so that you can get notified of when we're live every Monday. And as you know, we are reviewing the 11 laws of Bob Proctor and Mary Morrissey. Today is Monday, the 14th of November for us in Australia, and if you are, it's 6 a.m. for me. It's a little later for Jackie, who is in Adelaide. And thank you so much to the beautiful Jackie. Look at her. She's looking already all dressed up and stunning. And it's thanks to Jackie that we have someone monitoring the chats and responding to you and engaging with you. And I just got back from the gym. We don't have a daylight savings here in Queensland, Australia. So it's very interesting because it's daytime, about 4:20 in the morning. So it's really hard to stay in bed when it's already hot and daytime. And I went to the gym with Alex, and we just got back from the gym right on time for the call. So let me see. I think we're engaging. Both Jackie and I put a sign on my personal profile, so we'll probably have less people today until they get used to the change, because they typically come looking for us on my Facebook personal profile, but today we are on the fan page. Now, if you are in Europe, it's already Sunday night for you. And if you are anywhere in America or Mexico or South America, it's Sunday afternoon for you. And we have already started the week here in Australia being Monday morning. So remember, if you are on Facebook, it doesn't automatically put the volume up, so you'll have to do that. So once you figure out how to get through to us, let us know your name and where you're watching from today. And today, last week, we were reviewing the law of forgiveness, which was a very intense one. I got a lot of feedback from it, and it was pretty full on. I actually took it deeper. So probably in a couple of weeks, I'm going to go back to it, because we're going to do like a little ritual or a little ceremony of forgiveness, starting with ourselves. And I'm very excited, because those of you who are going to Cancun, we are going to have an evening on the beach where we're going to do our own ritual ceremony for forgiveness. So it's really exciting. We are flying out in a week from today, next Monday. Jackie and I and a whole group of beautiful ladies are heading over to Cancun. And we have ladies flying from Asia, flying from Europe, Spain, Scotland, Poland, and a whole bunch of us flying all the way from Australia, which is a long trip to get to Mexico. And we are doing it next Monday for 7 nights. So it's really exciting, because we have our retreat, and you're still on time. But most importantly, I want to ask you if you have registered for our free call that we have on Thursday, this Thursday, which is the 17th of November at 7 p.m. Brisbane time. And it's a free call that Jackie and myself will be leading. And it's gonna be all about money. We're gonna talk about your money goals and how you're planning for your money. And I'm not gonna give you the details, because we want you to come to the call, but it's gonna be all about your money mindset. And Jackie is gonna post the link both inside Webinar Jam and on Facebook, so that you can register. It's a free call. It's on Thursday, the 17th of November, and it's at 7 p.m. Brisbane time. So it will be morning for you if you're in Europe, and if you're in America, it's probably an awkward time, but we can always give you the replay. So Jackie will put the link, and all you need to do is register, so that way you get a reminder. And if for any reason you're in America and it's an awkward time, once you're registered, you will automatically get the replay sent to you a couple of hours after we're finished. So I hope you're going to come and do it. And we're going to talk about the Amazing Money Matters, which, if you were here last week, you know that it's all about that holistic mindset mixed with the conscious strategies on how to manage, grow, and amass your wealth. Amass with double S means to accumulate, to create, to have more of. So, which is not bad, isn't it? Amasssing is with triple S, amass your wealth is with double S. So, make sure you register, and Jackie will give you the link. Now, the law that we're going to review today is called the law of sacrifice, which I also like to call it the law of discipline, because they go hand to hand. In fact, the reason why many people don't get to see the results of the law as such, and they don't believe in the whole, manifestation and visualizing and all that, is because they're not disciplined enough to study the law in order to be able to understand it so that they can get the results that they need. So make sure you grab your notebook that you use for every week and your pen or pencil so that you can start taking notes. I know we're losing a lot of you today because you're looking for us on the personal profile and we're not there. We're on the fan page, so once you get used to it, you'll know where to go. I already have my bulletproof coffee to start my morning because I've been up since 4 o'clock and I already worked out, so I'm feeling very productive here. All right, so get your notebook. Today we're talking about the law of sacrifice/discipline. Now, I think that many times people tend to have the wrong understanding of what sacrificing or discipline means. Sacrificing, they think is like, it has to be painful, I have to give it up, oh my God, for me, and it's none of that. Sacrificing to me is giving up something of a lower vibration of energy in order to get something of a higher vibration. So you're exchanging, but you're exchanging something of lower nature to get something of a higher nature. So to me, it seems like a very sweet deal. So it doesn't have to be that kind of, sacrificing, pounding on the chest, painful for me. And discipline doesn't mean being punished when you're at the army because you haven't done what they tell you to do or what they want you to do. I see discipline as it's something that starts with yourself. It's something that you commit to do and that you keep the commitment to do it. That's discipline to me. And unfortunately, I truly believe that discipline we lack a lot of. And I believe that's the number one reason why people are not successful, because they cannot be disciplined enough to stick to the one thing. I get irritated. If you've been to any of my other private calls, you'll see how irritated I get when I see my ladies just jumping from one opportunity to another, to one bright, shiny object to another, because I go, how do you expect to get any results and succeed on this if you're just jumping from one thing to another? You gotta be able to say no. So let's talk about the law of sacrifice in terms of your success. Okay, and I love the way Mary Morrissey describes it. She says, by the way, that's not a cold sore. You can see I got 3 massive pimples on the weekend. I don't know where they came from, but I couldn't squeeze them, and I tried so hard that I got nothing. But instead, I just created a lot of damage because I ended up taking the skin off and bleeding. And now it looks worse than if I had just left them untouched, and now it looks like I have a cold sore. I actually have never had a cold sore on my lips. So it's very interesting. You can see it. And probably more with the Facebook camera, Jackie, because he's the one that zooms in and out. So I just had to get it out because I can see them and I can't ignore them because they're so obvious. So I have to get it out of the way. All right, so this is the way Mary Morrissey likes to describe it. In order to have what you want, the very first step, and you want to write this down, is to visualize it, to see it. What happens if you don't even have an image of what you want? Then how on earth are you going to get there? What are you going to do to get there if you don't even have that clear image of what it is that you want? We discussed in one of our calls that sometimes it takes for someone else to give you that awareness of what's possible. And I gave us example that time that when I was in primary school, my friend was showing me her results, her notes, and I used to always be proud of showing mine because I thought they were really good, 9, 10s, 8s. We do numbers in Mexico, or we did back then, I don't know now, but we did numbers instead of letters. And this time my friend goes, "Oh, show me yours," and I'm like so proud of showing her. And then she shows me hers, and I was like, whoa. She had 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, and nothing else. And I was impressed. I was like, wow, that's so cool. I thought I was smart, and look at this chick. Plus, it looks so good just to see 10s and nothing else. So what happens is it opened up my awareness of what's possible. I went, wow, if she can do it, I can do it. I want to have that too. And guess what happened? Ever since I had that intention, because I had a new awareness of what's possible, that's exactly what I got for the rest of the year. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Now, I hadn't done it before, not because I wasn't capable. It's just because I hadn't envisioned what's possible. I hadn't expanded my possibilities, and I didn't have that vision of what would it be like to have just 10s. See what I mean? So it took someone else to show me what's possible and to expand my horizon. We were doing, you know, we have our inner circle group, which is my high-end ladies that belong to Amasssing. They're the ones that are in businesses, and we mastermind and do lots of really cool things together. And we were in our private call for the inner circle a couple of weeks ago. And one of them, the amazing Liz Davis, owner of Self-Storage in Australia, said to us, oh, I've been invited to this really cool mastermind where, you know, there's all these successful business entrepreneurs, and the minimum requirement to be part of this mastermind is to make at least $5 million a year. And I said to my ladies, wow, how cool is that? I said, thank you, Lizzie, for opening our horizon. Because whatever much we're making right now, or whatever we're envisioning, maybe some of the ladies had a vision of $1 million or $2 million, whatever. Lizzie just opened up our horizons of what's possible, so that some of us could put that new vision in our head of, yeah, let's aim for that. I want to be part of that. So that's, you know, the next step. And it's really cool. So this is what Mary Morrissey is saying, that the very first step, it has for you to have the vision of what's possible. So you want to think big. You want to perhaps start seeing all the people that do the things that you want to do, and that you can see what they have accomplished or what they're achieving so far, so that you can have that vision, so that you can expand your horizon and see what's possible. And you can go, wow, if that's what she's doing, then that's great. That's what I would like to aim for, because that's the same thing that I would like to achieve, and just go for it, right? So hold on 1 second, because I think my camera is not on autopilot. Okay, so now it is. There you go. Otherwise, it won't be changing. It'll just be fixed on me the whole time. So that's what I encourage you to do. First of all, grab your notebook and write down, so what is my vision? And if you're not clear on that, that's the first thing you want to nail. If you're a little airy-fairy and a little bit confused and all over the place, because today you think you want this, but tomorrow someone tells you something and you think you want that, you want to become clear on what's the one thing you want and have a vision of it. And a vision, it could be in writing, it could be just in your head, or it could be visual, like I do. You know, I'm all about visual, and I'm all about colors. So everything goes on my vision board, or my canvases with my positive phrases or my goals. You can't see it, but behind the computer monitor, I actually have a couple of others, which are my goals. So that way I can, when I'm looking at my monitor, unconsciously I'm looking at them because they're on the window behind the computer monitor. But then of course I have the ones behind me that I can still see right now, because it's creating a reflection on the video. So that's the thing that you want to do. You want to become clear on a vision of what it is that you want to achieve. And you want to hold that vision until it's achieved. You don't want to keep changing it every month. That's the thing that I get irritated when I see my ladies, someone tells them about a new opportunity and they jump at it. And then guess what? A few months later, it didn't work. They jump into something else. So this is what we're going to nail with the law of sacrifice. All that stuff has to go. If you're the one that sits there and just hogs the coffee for 30 minutes in the morning and staring at the window doing nothing, you're going to have to give that up in order to utilize that time in doing something more productive, studying, educating yourself. You know, if you already have a really successful business, it doesn't mean, oh, I got it. You never get it. We are always getting it, because regardless of how well you're doing, if you don't continue to grow, you're going to start to go backwards, because nothing in the universe is neutral. You're either growing or you die. Nothing stays neutral. So even if you're very comfortable at a place where you are, when you're happy with your business or your relationships or your health or whatever it is, it's something that you don't just, I got it. You have to keep getting it. You have to keep growing, educating yourself, and getting to a higher vibration of energy. That's it. That's the nature of human beings, is to continuously be growing. So you need to, excuse me, you need to give up those things of a lower vibration in order to achieve the things of a higher vibration. So that might mean giving up TV, giving up just spending an hour with your friend, just with a small talk over the phone, or hanging out at a school with the mothers with a small talk for an hour, or just hanging out, doing nothing. Of course, there is a time where, you know, for me, Sundays, I don't like touching my computer. I don't like putting my alarm. It's the only day of the week I don't put my alarm. I wake up whenever my body's ready. And don't get me wrong, most of the times it's still 5 or 6 in the morning because my body's used to it. But at least it's not 4 in the morning and I feel like, I gotta sleep in, I feel great, right? So those things of a lower vibration, that's where the sacrifice comes in place, you see? So you're gonna have to give up hugging your cup of coffee for 30 minutes in the morning. You're gonna have to give up just hanging out. You're gonna have to give up watching TV. You're gonna have to give up just having a small talk or listening to stuff that is not empowering. Now, once you give all that up in the law of sacrifice, what are you gonna replace it with? Anything that you give up, you're gonna have to replace it with. I said in one of my days at the Amasssing Online Academy the other day, like, how much time do you spend eating? And what are you eating? Because eating affects your moods, your energy, how you feel, how productive you are. So I said, maybe you need to give that up. You don't need to eat that much. You need to drink a lot, which is a big difference. We're going to talk at the retreat in Cancun next week about that triangle of health. So you need to give up those things of a lower vibration, because we all have the same amount of hours in a day. You can't just find time. You can't just create more time. So if you want to become successful in one thing, first of all, you're going to have to commit to that one thing for at least 3 to 5 years, no less. Don't come and tell me I tried it, it didn't work, and you tried it for a year, because that will get irritated. You have to try it for 3 to 5 years and give it all you've got. And for that, you're going to have to give up all the other things of a lower vibration in order to achieve what you want to achieve. And that means eliminating all those distractions in those 3 to 5 years that get thrown at you all the time. Because if you get sidetracked, guess what? You're going to say it doesn't work. And it's not that it doesn't work. It's like you weren't disciplined enough. You didn't apply the law of sacrifice to give up all the other BS that was becoming roadblocks and obstacles on your way to stop you from achieving what you really want to have. And that's called self-sabotage. Now, let's talk about the law of discipline that goes hand to hand with the law of sacrifice. The law of discipline starts by wanting to be disciplined. And then you start applying it. If you're not disciplined, I'm sorry, that's a skill that you have to master in order to be successful. Okay? Mindset over mattress. How do you overcome that fight in the morning of, I can just do with another 5 minutes and switch the alarm off and keep going? With discipline. Discipline is going to help you overcome and win the fight of the mindset over the mattress. And I don't care what you say. If you're not a morning person, if you're a night person, I don't care what you say. But I'm going to tell you something. In the morning, you are the most productive. Your mind is rested. Your body is rested. Your focus is laser sharp. You can accomplish 10 times more than you would at any other time of the day, regardless of what you say. Okay? Because in the evening, even if you're a night person, your brain is already overwhelmed with the stuff. It's already tired. So you're functioning at a 40% instead of an 80 or 90%. So you gotta beat everything else, get out of bed early and get the most important stuff done first when you're fresh and sharp and focused. So that's gonna require discipline to stick to the one thing that you wanna be successful in. That's gonna require a lot of discipline. That's going to require commitment. That's going to require having the strength to say no, being decisive and putting on the blinkers like a horse to eliminate all of distractions that are pulling you to everywhere because your friends are calling you saying, I've got a great opportunity and you have to do this and I think this is great. And yeah, whatever. Okay, you going with all those distractions and all those opportunities is just a scarcity mentality. The fear of missing out. Oh, I should do it because, you know, what if it's true that it's really good? What if she becomes successful and I just missed that? Come on. You're going to be successful in anything you want as long as you put your mind to it and you work on your mindset and you become disciplined. And again, to be disciplined, it means the law of sacrifice. You're going to have to give up all those other things that are not leading you anywhere. So just think about it. To start with, law of sacrifice. It means you're going to have to put up with a lot of discomfort, okay? Because many of the situations are not going to be comfortable. Like, who wants to get up at 4 and do this? Who wants to be doing this on a Sunday? Who wants to rush back from the gym at 5:30 to do this call to empower others just to feel that we make a difference and be fulfilled? It's going to require sacrifice because it's uncomfortable. But listen, you want to be one of those small percentage of people that are willing to apply the law of sacrifice and to give up everything else to focus on what you want to do. Because once you become disciplined, you're going to see how enjoyable it is. The joy of doing what you love versus feeling that you're being disciplined like in the army, that you're just doing it out of fear because you're going to be punished if you don't do what they want you to do. It's very different than doing it because you love it and you're passionate about it and because you've trained yourself to be disciplined. You're going to be studying, you've got to be growing, you've got to explore and know everything in that area where you want to be successful. You can tell I'm very passionate about this because I get so frustrated when I get ladies coming to me with a negative mindset. Oh yeah, I tried that. Oh yeah, but it didn't work. Oh yeah, but you know, like all this happens to me and yeah, but you know, like I'm struggling and it's like, yeah, but you've been saying the same thing over and over again. Whatever you've been doing, if it hasn't been working for you, guess what? It's time to give that up with the law of sacrifice and replace it with something of a higher vibration. That's the exciting part. All you need to think when you feel like, oh, that's too hard, I don't want to do it, but I really love drinking, but I really love, chewing on, but I really love watching TV. Just think, is it worth giving it up because what I'm going to get is of a high vibration? The answer is yes. It's like, there's no doubt. You just go for it because it's worth it. This is something that I love about Mary, right? She tells a story of this guy that gets to the bank and he wants to cash this check. And this check doesn't have his name on it. And he says to the teller, can I please cash this check? And the lady goes, yeah, you just need to write your name on it so that I can cash it for you. No, you give me the money first, then I write my name. And the lady at the bank goes, no, it doesn't work that way, sir. Hello, you write your name on the check, then I cash it. Well, yeah, I understand, but just for this time only, can you please like give me the money and then I put my name? And she's like, no, sir, I'm sorry. And so he's adamant, right? So the lady starts to get frustrated, asks him to leave. So he leaves. He goes to another bank. Guess what happened? Same thing, sir. You better write your name on the check before we can cash it for you. No. Like for this time, can you not just give me the cash? No. Same story. They kick him out. He goes to another bank. Same story. The teller gets so frustrated. She gets a bat and whacks him on the head and goes, just write your name on the check. And he's like, oh, okay. So he writes the name on the check and he gets his money, right? So he goes back to the very first bank and says to the lady, see, I got my money at the other bank. And the lady goes, yeah, but I bet that even at that other bank, you had to write your name on the check before you got the money. And he goes, well, yeah, but you see, no one explained it to me the way she did by whacking him on the head, right? And Mary goes like that. It's the same thing with us. We are telling the universe all the time, this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want, but we're not willing to write our name on it, to put the I am in front of it and own it. We want to receive first, we want, but we're not willing to take the action to be disciplined and write that name and write the I am first. So no wonder why we don't receive. It's not just about asking and envisioning and visualizing what you want. It's about taking the action as well. And in order to take the action, it's not going to be easy. You're going to have to be disciplined, and it's going to be uncomfortable, and it's going to put you out of your comfort zone. And many times it's going to be so tough that you feel like giving up. But it's about the discipline. How committed are you? Can you be disciplined enough to put the blinkers, ignore everything else, and stay with it for at least 3 to 5 years? Or are you the one that is going to give up in 3 months because it didn't work, or a year later because it didn't work? Right? So you have that vision first. You put your I am, put your name on that check first. Then go take the action of what you need to do. And for that, it's going to require discipline, because that's the hard part of taking action. Before you go and say it didn't work, I'm not getting anything. Yeah, but I visualize every day, and I've tried that. It just doesn't work. So it starts with being disciplined by standing, understanding that law, so that you can have it working for you instead of against you, because you don't understand it, because you don't have the discipline and commitment to understand it properly, to apply it, because you're not willing to sacrifice and give up all those things of a lower vibration. You say that you want a better life and more financial freedom and a better business or job, better relationships, better health. But guess what? You're not willing to give up what you have, because you're too comfortable doing the same thing and having what you have. So you're not willing to go out of your comfort zone to give up that life you have of a lower vibration in order to have a much better life of a higher vibration. What do you think, Jackie? Is that making any sense? Yeah, Jackie says yes. Jackie's been taking notes, and I hope you have as well. And I think we're going to have to go around, Jackie, and let them know where we are at this time instead of the personal profile for next week, because I think we lost a lot of those ladies that come from Mexico and America, because they're probably looking for us on the personal profile. So, the law of sacrifice. Oh, it's not in autopilot yet? Okay, we'll try. So, that's that for now. We are, Jackie and I are packing our bags because we're off to Cancun next week. Woo! It's actually perfect timing, because to be honest, here in Gold Coast, it's not even summer yet, and it's already getting super hot. Like yesterday, it was like 36 degrees. We had the fans and the aircon and everything, and I just couldn't be bothered doing anything because it was so hot. So I'm kind of looking forward to running away from Gold Coast for the summer, where it's going to be hot and full of tourists. And I can't wait to see all my ladies in Cancun next week. And so I hope we're going to see you at the call on Thursday, 7 p.m. Brisbane time. Jackie and I will be leading it. And we're going to be talking about money mindset in regards to our amazing money matters. So we're going to keep it nice and short so that you can start your week pumped and ready to go and start making a list of what are the things you're going to have to sacrifice to push yourself out of your comfort zone, to take action and keep going. What are the things you're going to do to become more disciplined? That's the number one skill you're going to need, to be disciplined over and over and over and over again, and start eliminating distractions. Don't call me and tell me you have a new opportunity, you're doing a new business, you got a new bright shiny object, because I'm going to squeeze you and I'm going to remind you where you need to get back to, okay? 3 to 5 years. So Jackie put the link on both, on Webinar Jam and on Facebook Live, for you to register for the call, which is going to be this Thursday, the 17th at 7 p.m. Brisbane time, which is morning time for Europe. And if you're in America, don't worry, still register, because once you do, you automatically get the replay sent to you to your inbox right afterwards. So I hope you start your week full of passion and excitement and ready to take action and be disciplined. I look forward to seeing you next Monday. I'll still be here, just about to jump in the plane. So we'll still do it next Monday, just before we go in the plane. So you'll see us with our sombreros and piñatas and bags on the way to the airport. Super excited. So we look forward to seeing you next Monday. Have a fantastic week, and hopefully see you on the call on Thursday night. Thank you for being here and supporting the chat, Jackie. I'll talk to you after.